Hey, it's Zerk here, and today we're going to be talking about Selena. Selena's passive is Symbiosis. In her elven form, Selena's abilities apply abyssal marks to enemies. A max of 2 marks can be applied. While in her abyssal form, Selena's basic attacks and abilities remove abyssal marks and deal bonus damage. Be sure to switch between her two forms often, using abilities from both, in order to get the most out of her passive ability. Selena's first ability is Abyssal Trap. Selena throws a trap to a designated area. A maximum of 3 traps can be out at a time. The traps remain where they are until an enemy steps on them. If Abyssal Arrow passes over a trap that is on the ground, it can pick it up, and upon hitting an enemy, will attach the trap to the enemy. Enemies can have multiple traps attached to them at the same time. However, the damage from each trap will scale downward the more traps that are applied. By taking Abyssal Trap as your first ability, you can quickly clear the blue camp by placing traps before the enemy spawn. Then when enemies spawn, the traps will activate and do a massive amount of damage. Be sure to change into your Abyssal form to utilize the damage from your passive. Traps can also be used as wards for map vision. Simply place the traps where you think enemies will be or in areas that you're trying to monitor. When an enemy passes nearby, the traps will spot them on the minimap, so pay attention. This will allow you to monitor for danger and escape before enemies arrive, or to surprise attack enemies before they know what hit them. Selena's next ability is Abyssal Arrow. It's a long-range attack that stuns the first enemy it hits. Its damage and stun duration increased based on how long the arrow has traveled before it hits an enemy. Now, if you really want to take your Selena gameplay to the next level, practice combining your first and second abilities very quickly. Throw your arrow and then quickly throw your trap in its path. The arrow will pick up the trap while in flight. Alternatively, place the trap at your feet and then quickly throw your arrow. This combo allows you to do more damage in a single shot and is helpful for eliminating low health enemies trying to escape. Use your minimap to help aim your arrow. Much like Roger, instead of having an ultimate attack, Selena's third ability is a transformation. Depending on the transformation, it is called Primal Darkness or Blessing of the Moon God. This ability costs no mana, has a very low cooldown, gives you a temporary speed boost, and also refreshes the cooldowns of the abilities in the form that you are transforming into. Selena's first ability while in her abyssal form is Soul Eater. This ability provides a buff to Selena that empowers her next basic attack. When activated, within the next few seconds, if Selena basic attacks an enemy in range, she will instead lunge at them, dealing magical damage. This lunge will allow Selena to leap through walls and obstacles as long as the enemy is within range of her basic attack. Its tracking and moderate cooldown will allow her to stick to her enemies as she chases them down. Selena's second abyssal ability is Garrote. Garrote is a dash that damages all enemies in its path. Garrote's true power is seen when used against enemies who have abyssal marks. When used against these enemies, its cooldown is immediately refreshed in addition to consuming the abyssal marks. Because of this, it is most recommended to use Garrote to hit enemies with abyssal marks. By doing this, her damage output from Garrote will be massive. Let's see how this looks a little bit faster. By utilizing this strategy along with her first and second abilities from her elven form, jungle camps can be cleared with ease. Transforming and using Garrote repeatedly can also be a quick way to move around the map. With Selena's slows, stuns, and high mobility attacks, it can be difficult if not impossible for slower enemies to escape her. Selena has no problem sticking to most enemies, eating away at their health with all of her abilities. Because of the long stun on Abyssal Arrow, if Selena hits a squishy enemy at max range, she has no problem closing in and taking them out. If your aim with Abyssal Arrow still needs some improvement, don't worry. Low mobility targets have a hard time getting away from Selena with her rapid cooldowns and chase down ability. With all of Selena's different abilities and utility, she may be a little difficult to master, but the rewards will surely be worth it. She's definitely a hero worth picking up. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and tune in next time.